Smart move, interesting move. It's a move that says we're going to find out. Jimmy G signs with Las Vegas. Now, let me explain this to you. They gave him a $67.5 million deal. $34 million guaranteed. It is essentially, or can be, for Las Vegas, a one-year deal. They still have an early draft choice. They can go get a quarterback. But here's what I mean by we're going to find out. Jimmy G's record as a starter is 40-7. That includes in 2019, a 13-3 record. So the guy's 40-7, has been to the Super Bowl, came within one. Some guy named Dart catch the ball as a safety, and guess what? Joe Burrow doesn't go to the. L.A. doesn't go to the Super Bowl. Jimmy G goes to the Super Bowl. Anyway, I digress. So what I'm saying is we're going to find out. We're going to find out once and for all, is Jimmy G a figment of the San Francisco 49ers being a brilliant organization that anyone can win with as a quarterback? Or is Jimmy G going to take himself to the proverbial next level? Now, what is the proverbial next level for Jimmy G? I don't really know. But I know this. He's spectacularly handsome, seems to be spectacularly cool. Every single woman in America, including cheerleaders with the Phoenix Suns, runs over to him. Everybody gravitates. He does commercials where his grandmother, I don't think it's his grandmother, but they act like it's his grandmother, loves him. He's got that boyish thing going. He could be the next super duper star. He was always besmirched in San Francisco because, as I said, well, anybody could win there. That ain't true. 40-17 is 40-17. You know, if we're going to crush guys for having, quote, losing records as quarterbacks, even though their team got hurt, we got to celebrate guys for having tremendous winning records playing on a good team. That's just what we got to do. And I'm all in on Jimmy G. I think it's a pretty good upgrade. I don't know if it's a major upgrade from Derek Carr to Jimmy G, but I do know this. Derek Carr had been there long enough. And you can always overstay your welcome, which is what I think Derek Carr did. Jimmy G comes in, and guess what? It's fresh, right? It's interesting. It's got some juice, some gravitas to it. So good for him. Oh, by the way, while other teams are signing like Jimmy G or trading for Jalen Ramsey or getting Derek Carr, or, you know what the Colts did? They got a kicker. They gave $22 million to a kicker. That's what I said. I said $22 million to a kicker. Only in Indy. Go fight, win. Yay, rah. And as you see right there, Jimmy G and Josh McDaniels, it's a reunion in Vegas. Josh McDaniels, obviously his quarterback coach, an offensive coordinator when he was with Tom Brady. Jimmy G was in New England. But hey, the Colts signed a kicker. That's right. I said it. I meant it. The Colts signed a kicker. All right. If that's what we're going to do, that's what we're going to do. We're going to sign a kicker. Let me go through some other signings. Jason Kelce of the famous Kelce brothers, they went to Cleveland Heights High School. Cleveland Heights High School is a tough high school. Them some bad boys. And you know what? He decided he's coming back. There was a lot of talk that the center for the Eagles wasn't coming back. I'm glad he's coming back, and I'll tell you why. I like people in the NFL that make it interesting. I may not like or care about Jason Kelce. I don't feel any way. I didn't even know who he was until the Super Bowl run, but now I like him. Like, I don't necessarily like Jalen Ramsey, but I'm interested in Jalen Ramsey. See, I like interesting people. I like people that have some stuff to them. You know what I'm saying? I like people with some gravitas. I've used that word twice now. But anyway, so Jason Kelce, he comes back. Travis Kelce's brother. They played in the Super Bowl. He won. Travis lost. There you go. Older brother wins. Younger brother loses. Kind of the natural order of things. We talked about Darren Payne a few weeks ago getting the franchise tag. He now has signed a contract. This is unbelievable. He is the highest paid defensive tackle in NFL history not named Aaron Donald. 4 years, $90 million. 60 of it is guaranteed. Now, I just want you to think about this for a second. Last time I looked, the CEO of Eli Lilly made about $20 million. About $20 million in salary and bonuses. Now, that may have gone up, but last time I looked was a year or two ago. That may have gone down. Hell, I don't know. Drug companies seem to be doing pretty well, aren't they? I mean, everybody's on Prozac. They made Prozac, so away you go. Think about what NFL big fat linemen are making. More than the CEO of Eli Lilly. Now, you also got to understand one drug, Prozac, is bigger than the NFL. Lexapro is bigger than the NFL. It is, one drug. So I look at this stuff and I just giggle. Because you're sitting there with a guy nobody's ever heard of. Yeah, I know he had 10.5 sacks, all that kind of stuff. $60 million guaranteed. I don't want to hear anybody complain about this country. Name me another country, one, that this can happen. I'll give you a couple. I'm sure in Italy and Spain and Argentina, soccer players make more, so I should shut up. But anyway, Cam Jordan, 8-time Pro Bowler, and the Saints are reworking a contract. It saves $10 million for New Orleans against the cap. Look, there's nothing that bores me more than salary cap. Here in Indianapolis, we had to hear about two things. Indy people, you know what they are. Cap space, draft picks. Greatest general manager ever, Chris Ballard. Why? Well, because he cried about white people. That got him, points with whomever. White people, we got to do better. I don't know what we're doing. Yeah, okay. And he is the champion of cap space, and, ladies and gentlemen, the champion of, I got to draft down. I got to go down. We want picks. No, we don't want picks. We don't need picks. We don't want picks. Get us players. Cam Jordan, 8-time Pro Bowler. That's a baller. That's a freaking baller, ladies and gentlemen. I want him on my team. I don't need, we're going to get them draft picks, and we're trying to get cap space, and if everybody comes in line, then no, shut up. No, shut the living hell up. Honest to God. Honest to God. Drive you nuts. Indianapolis, you've driven me nuts. Guard Chris Lindstrom. This, ladies and gentlemen, this right here is Indianapolis worthy. So a guy plays guard for the Falcons. Now, when everybody else is signing playmakers, the Falcons and the Colts have it figured out. They do. Look at all the success that they have. We're going to sign guards to $20 million. Chris Lindstrom, 5-year, $105 million contract extension. Now, I'm sure this makes the little pukes of Indianapolis. I'm sure this makes them sad. Because my little writers in Indianapolis love them some Quentin Nelson. And Quentin Nelson is no longer, ladies and gentlemen, the highest paid guard in the league. The generational guard, as we call him here in Indy. He's generational. There's no such thing. Well, you had a bad year, Nelson, and it got worse because a guy is making more than you, and his name is Chris Lindstrom. Hey, kids, get the Chris Lindstrom jersey and let's go to the Falcons game. Hey, how them Falcons do? We don't need wide receivers. Of course not. You know what we need? We need guards. Give me a good guard. You know who can play guard? Anybody. Big fat guy, built like a fire plug. Actually, not a fire plug. They're a little taller than that. Built like a Coke machine. Just put him in there and then let the Balldingers, Brian Balldinger, sausage, as pancake, or let that idiot Jeff Saturday jump up and down on Greeny's show and go, oh, pancake. Am I on one today? I cannot tell. I can't tell. But anyway, long story short, yeah. Oh, the kicker is already great, according to Indianapolis media. We're out of our minds here in Indianapolis. Such a great move, man. Remember Vinatieri? Shut up. Austin Eckler is requesting permission to speak with other teams about a trade after talks about his extension did not progress. You not tell Austin Eckler? No. Hey, I request permission for a trade. No. We're building something here in San Diego. No. Now, what do you want me to do? No. Wouldn't you do that? Hey, wouldn't you do that? No. Let me look here. Yeah, I'm looking at our roster, Austin, and no. No, we're building something here. We've got the best hair in football in Justin Herbert, and we got you, and we like you. You know what I mean? We like you. So we're not doing that. We are not trading you. Actually, I wouldn't even say that. I'd just say no. It's like the Chris Reynolds interview with that idiot Seth Greenberg. I love Seth Greenberg, Seth Davis. That's what we do. Hey, no, really, why won't you? I want to trade. No. At some point, you got to protect your team. At some point, you've spent money. You'll spend more money. You built something, and you got to protect it. It's like if Dylan decided he was going to go and he wanted permission to talk to ESPN, would say no. No. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Oh, really? You want it? You want that? No. No. You're not going. No. No. I talked about Calais Campbell yesterday. Calais Campbell, I loved watching him on the sidelines. He's an adult. He's an adult in the room. He is not afraid to get on other people. He's engaged all the time. They released him from the Ravens. He's 110 years old. If you ever watch the original movie, Longest Yard, and those old guys came back to play football, that's Calais Campbell. I want him on the Colts. I do. Hey, give him $5 million. That's enough. I want Calais Campbell. I do. Mike White. Remember Mike White? Mike White was a star in New York for a minute. Then he got hurt. He replaced Zach Wilson when Zach Wilson got hurt. He signed a 2-year deal, $8 million a year. Man, again, that's more than the base salary of the CEO of Eli Lilly. I'm just saying, it is. Anyway, long story short, he signs with the Miami Dolphins. Miami's not messing around. That's insurance in case Tua goes south. That's insurance on another concussion. You know, Tua's not the biggest dude, and he seems to get hit a lot. So you bring in a backup that's legit. It's like what Ryan Grigson used to do in Indianapolis. He brought in an all-pro guy or a Pro Bowl guy in Matt Hasselbeck when he had Andrew Luck, because he knew Andrew Luck was going to get hurt by the way he played. So guess what happens? Grigson's smart enough to bring him in. Andrew Luck gets banged up. Matt Hasselbeck is one of 5 quarterbacks that went 16-0 in their division. Never lost to the Titans. Smart. The general manager, Chris Greer of the Miami Dolphins, smart. He didn't just say, well, we don't want to bring anybody in because we don't want to hurt Tua's feelings. No, screw that. Hey, Tua, we're paying you a lot of money. Feeling this. No, I'm just saying. All right, so there's a bit of a recap. And did we forget Matt Gay? I think we forgot Matt Gay from the Rams signed with the Colts. Now, look, I've always said kickers are undervalued. I have. And it's low-hanging fruit for me to get on Chris Ballard for signing Matt Gay and not signing somebody else. I ain't mad about signing a kicker, but man, does it reek of the Colts right there. It does. It reeks of the Colts. I ain't happy about it. And oh, by the way, somebody gave me a geography lesson. Right there is Pat McAfee's studio. We await Aaron Rodgers' appearance this afternoon on the Pat McAfee Show. Pat has promised to blow white smoke out of the chimney to let us know that a decision has been made. And I'm very much looking forward to it because I'm tired of Aaron Rodgers. I'm tired of listening to Aaron Rodgers, and I think you are too. Hey, thanks for watching Don't At Me with me, Dan Dockich. Make sure to like, subscribe, or click the notification bell for more of my beautiful face. Check out my full show to my right, or watch this other video. See ya.